Are you a mom who asks yourself over and over again, what is wrong with me? Why can't I be a normal drinker? Let's talk about mom life without overindulging, which I know sounds totally impossible. I'm Allison, the Healthy Mom Coach, and I help moms break free from overindulging in alcohol and sugar as a way to deal with stress and anxiety. My substance of choice was alcohol. I have a mindset shift that I would like to share with you today. It starts with believing something is wrong with you because you can't control your overindulging. What if the truth is that there's nothing wrong with you, but that there's something wrong with the substance that you're overindulging on? Maybe you can relate to some of this. Why can't I just have one or two glasses of wine instead of the entire bottle and be satisfied? Or just one cookie instead of the entire sleeve? Even my husband can just have one or two drinks and be good, but I don't seem to have an off switch. I'm always out drinking him. It seems like everyone else can manage to moderate. Why can't I? Try exploring the mindset shift that science is your friend. Let me explain. The substance hijacks your biology, brain, and your behavior. Alcohol and sugar release artificially high levels of dopamine in the brain. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, also known as the learning molecule, that signals the brain and body to keep doing things that keep us alive. Dopamine also supports your drive and motivation. Consuming substances that release artificially high levels of dopamine in the brain teaches the brain that the particular substance is necessary to survive, so it leads you to continue to engage in the habit or behavior you consciously know is not actually good for you. Hello, cognitive dissonance. Whether it's drinking an excess of alcohol or eating an unhealthy amount of sugar, the brain is telling the body that the habit is necessary for survival. The brain can't tell the difference between natural or artificially stimulated dopamine, and it continues to crave and adapt to that higher than normal level of dopamine, over time creating even more of a craving for the substance to reach those high levels. So the brain is just doing what it is meant to be doing, which is adapting to keeping you alive. But what happens when your brain is flooded with an artificially high level of dopamine? That's something that I will cover in another video. But the point is that there's a reason why you're getting yourself stuck in this loop, and it isn't due to any conscious decision you're making, because introducing alcohol in the brain is taking that away from you. Forever, I felt like there was something wrong with me. I could not control my drinking, while it seemed like everyone else around me could. Why was I out drinking my husband every time we drank? Why was I always thinking about the next drink when I just poured the first one? Why was I always concerned if there would be enough alcohol that many times going to a social event I would bring backup? I was so jealous of my friends who could go out for a ladies' night out and just have one or two and not get twisted up in their head over it. It was like they could take it or leave it. I was dying to be like that. At a family party about 6 years ago, I overserved myself with red wine as usual, and I got visibly drunk in front of my relatives. And I will never forget my mother saying, "Allison, what is wrong with you? You do everything else right. You eat well and you exercise. Why can't you just have two or three? If you have a real issue with alcohol, maybe you should seek some professional help." Ouch. I had so much guilt and shame around that incident for months after, and I felt like I was walking on eggshells with my mother for weeks. You know when you have one of those incidents you wish you could just erase from your past? I was sadly embarrassed to see my relatives at the next family function, worried they were disappointed in me and that they were judging me. How many days did I sit on the floor and cry the day after a binge drinking episode and ask myself, what is wrong with me? Or have my husband so mad with me the next morning and me trying to explain to him that I'm not doing this on purpose, feeling completely at a loss with a ginormous pit in my stomach. The belief that something was wrong with me held me back for years. I came across a huge aha moment when I finally educated myself and learned that there was nothing wrong with me. There was something wrong with the substance I was putting into my body. My brain was doing exactly what it's supposed to do. When I realized this, I gained so much hope and positivity that I could overcome my overindulging and my shame started to dissipate. And once I was able to finally kick alcohol to the curb for good, my dopamine levels eventually went back to homeostasis, and needing to live off those brief surges of artificially high levels of dopamine became a thing of the past. I realized feeling balance in my mind is much more worth it to me than forcing something that isn't true. So embrace science and understand that it's not you, it's the substance, be it alcohol or sugar, that trips your brain, body, and behavior to want more and more of it. If you want help with this or want to learn more about my coaching, check out my website at thehealthymomcoach.com, where you can sign up for a free breakthrough session. I'll be back next week with another video, and in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week.